Constance with Charming Custom Crafts, and this is live. Simple and easy to do cards, but we are getting a little complicated. And this is segment 4-7, and because I'm a little behind 5-7, I want to let you guys know that I am done decorating the outside. It took me a long time, and then I got all my trees up. I've already shared my front yard. If you go back and look at the video prior to this one, I am trying to get a couple puffs of a cigarette in because I haven't stopped this morning. I had 4 laundry baskets and a box that I had to do this morning, and I'm still down to 1 basket. That's how far behind I am. So I just want to let you guys know that we're getting ready to go in my room. My room's a little bit of a mess because I added my projector to the outside, which I didn't do for Halloween, and I got chewed at for it. That was the last thing for the front yard. I have 1 garland to put up in here, but I got to take down the curtains. So don't mind me. I'm a little tired. But I didn't want you guys to think that I was forgetting it all. So just so you know that. And as soon as I finish some little bit of cleaning in here and clean down the house, which I haven't been able to, which I should have it done tomorrow. But I am going to do recording in segments for 5, which should have been today. But just so you know that, I did not forget. I have just been really busy. So I have 1 laundry basket left. And I'm hoping it goes quick because I'm done with I hate doing laundry. I miss my washer and dryer in the house. So we're going to do a couple different cards today. I'm hoping for 3. I know I'm going to pull the design, scan, and cut out. And I'm hoping to share with those that are following me exactly what I did if you weren't on my Facebook page. But you have seen the advertisement for Santa Claus. And Mickey's, what do you got in your mouth, Mickey? No, Trust me, I haven't been getting too many breaks. All right, I'll put this down. I had to have a little bit. All right. Excuse me, my feet. Can't smoke in the house. So, all right, so we're going to get going. And again, don't mind me. See, I still got laundry left. 1 basket's actually done. All right, so you guys are going to have to grab some paper and some scissors or cutting board, and you're going to use your... God, my son was so scared up. So, hey. Hi, Bubba's. I'm videotaping. Say hello to everybody. Okay, so you can see where I had to rearrange because the projector is now in here. So I do have to move the projector, and I had to move my light. And I was trying to get pre-prepped, but I know what I'm doing today, so it's going to be pretty easy. I just have to move the projector. So it's not going to be easy. It should be. But I have it taped down because of movement. So if you guys are following, this is going to be a good one. A little more complicated. And so we are going to from the kit, and I will try to make it with simple design. I told you I have this stuff laid down pretty easy. That's why I have Gorilla Tape, and I like Gorilla Tape and I don't, because I don't think it's that much stickier. If you guys saw what I got going on in this room, you'd probably have a cow. So I'm going to take this last piece off, and I'm going to have to I'm going to have to actually unplug it, which is fine. I'm going to be careful with it, so I'm going to try to set it in front of the window. I'm going to be downloading some new pieces. And then after pictures, I will be doing pictures outside on the projector. So I'm going to do something a little different here. We're going to go the opposite direction on the camera. And I'm going to turn y'all around. And hopefully I can get orientation locked. I don't know. Alrighty. Rotate back the device. Okay, so I had it upside down. So I am going to try. This way we can get to the design and cut. See if it helps out better. Because the last couple videos, so I'm going to flip the light on. I guess it would help if it was plugged in, huh? We got light. So I have my iPad with me, and we're actually going to get started very quickly because I know exactly what I'm doing. I just have a little bit of a mess. And by the way, guys, these are at Walmart. They have the tiny sizes. They have this size and then this size. You get 3 different sizes on this one. These are adhesive gemstones, and I have a ton of them, and I tend to have a lot. And I picked up some more things to do some crafting fun, and I was not able to get to it, but now I can. So I can put my Gorilla Tape up for now. So you're going to want to get at least 2 to 3 sheets of paper for what we're going to do today. So I'm going to stick my gems over too. We're going to get to some of those, I think. If you guys saw my room and everybody's like, why ain't your room clean? Bad time of year to ask me why my room is not clean. So I am going to get started. We're going to go, I have some paper out, as you guys know, that I was debating on to use. I don't know what just fell, but really I don't care because my whole room's like that. So I don't want to use this one, and you want to find something that's a good double side, and this one is not for what we're going to do. These are some tags that I have, and these are all single backed. I want something that's double. I don't know if I have any out here that are double. This one might be. No, I don't like either one of these. So let me pull out one of my books I have sitting here. And yes, I got my book sitting here. At least some of my holiday ones, because I get tired of some of the books. Let me see what we got here. I don't know if it's single-sided or not. This one's single-sided. And if we don't, let's try another one. This is Pebbles. It's single-sided. And if not, we will find something else. I like glittery. I did not get any new ones this year. I actually get annoyed by how many are out there. I look for more. These are actually embroidered with thread. So I think I'm going to go with something that's single-sided anyway, because of the simplistic to it. And when you get into something like this, I wouldn't suggest it for what we're going to do, only because it becomes too much. If I have the foil leaves, like this one's pretty, and it's already white, so it's white on one side, so it works just fine. So I'm going to go with this one to start, and then we're going to do more. So you're going to want to cut these in 6x6s. So I'm going to pull my cutting board out, and luckily it's numbered on both sides, so you'll be able to do this one. So I'm actually right-handed. Let me turn this around because I am right-handed. Put this border over. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim off the end, only because I don't want to deal with it. And I'm going to have to turn my board completely out. This cutting board I highly recommend. Use a coupon on it when they're not on sale. It's like $129, but it is a self-healing or self-cutting or self-sharpening piece of cutting board. I'm going to stick this one out for now. So since it is a 12 by 12, it should be a perfect even 6 by 6 piece. So we do have that, as you can see. Now I'm going to cut them down to 3 by 6s. See, I told you I knew exactly what I was doing today. So I have those two, and then I have these two. Now the interesting thing about this one is it's going to be different ways because we are doing an infinity card. And a lot of people are a little bit intimidated about it, and I would not be. So I have these 3x4, 3x6s right here. And I'm going to put this one piece over. I have a whole container. Oops. I actually got my computer out, and I never use my computer. I'm going to put my iPad over here. So this is going to get interesting. And I'm going to give you a little trick to when you're making these. And I want you to pay attention to the grids here. Each 4 square here, the darker one, is exactly 1 inch. And each one of them, and smaller grid, is 1/4 of an inch. Now you're going to line up. And again, I am right-handed. So if this confuses you, my sincere apologies. So I'm going to do 2 up, but I'm going to leave just a shade of a gap. About 1/8 of an inch if everything works the way I want. And then I'm going to flip these upside down. And I'm going to goose them in together a little bit more because it's going to be slightly off, but there's a reason for slightly off. There's a tiny bit of gap right there. And I'm going to flip these this way. And again, it's a little bit, sorry, down a little bit. Kind of important that this one's a little bit, one of them's a little longer. Trying to figure that out. Okay, the back one's a little longer, which is what I want for the top. Just a shade longer. So make them a little bit, and I can't see you because you guys are on the opposite direction. I want just a tad of a gap, just so that you will see how this works. And I'm going to flip this upside down and watch your gapping so you guys can see how this is going to go. If you've never made one, most of you have that are paper crafters. And then there's a little bit of a slight gap here. So we do know by looking at this, one way is one way and one way is the other. Now to get this to work right, we are going to have to tape down about a half an inch to, well, about 3/4 of an inch. And I haven't done one in a while, so bear with me. If I'm wrong, we redo. So you're going to want to do about an inch. I have a delivery today, so the dogs might bark. And the one thing, I don't use the tape eraser, so I'm just going to wing it. And if I'm wrong, this is why. It's been a while since I made this one. But you want to make sure, if you're going to use glue, you have to let it dry. So make sure that you're right. So you want to go about an inch. And, yep. Now, obviously, you want to do that before. So you guys can see. Now, even if you don't have a cutting board and things, this is pretty easy. Just you can fold, if you have that top piece off, you can fold it in half and then fold it again and then fold it again. You want kind of more of an exact measure for this one because you get into more of the sizes. And I know it's delivery. It's a Christmas present for my son. And see how I have it lined up? Not that that really matters. Try to get it. I have it pretty good. And then that one's done, so it's going to help a little bit. If it's a little off, just make sure you go on and it moved. Don't move. The nice thing about this being foil card, foil paper, is that I'm just going to do one at a time. Makes it a lot easier. If it's a foil paper, it's a little bit easier, especially when it's got a sheen on it, to pull it up. And I use permanent tape. Jeff, say excuse me. I am live. Are you going to sit and stare at me? I am live, Jeff. He's looking at messing with me. So if you're a little off, I'm just going to trim it just so for my, I am a little bit of an OCD. Though it's working, it's not a delivery. When he gets up, he gets the double check the other side, and it looks good now. Jeffrey, could you stop it? No. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to fold it over. And I'm going to fold it this way. And I'm going to go over. And I'm going to fold it this way. And I'm probably wrong on that. And I am. I know what I did wrong. So I'm going to just let it go. I did this the wrong way. But it's okay. It is not fold in. So you can do it that way. It's fold this way. This is the correct way, guys. I'm sorry. And this is slightly off. So if I can find my scissors, which I don't know. Hey, Jeff, would you bring me a pair of scissors? So don't fold it inwards. Again, I told you I haven't done one in a while. I'll just turn it this way. Oh, pair of scissors are right in front of me. Goodness gracious. So I'm going to fold it in towards the middle. Again, don't do the middle one. I'm going to clean it up and cover it anyway. So this should go this way when I fold it again. I'm going to fold it again. Learning curve, I haven't done one in a while, but I'm serious, it's been a while. If it works right. Let's see if it works right. I know I'm doing something wrong. This way, this way. There we go. Hold this back a little bit more, make sure it's good and tight. And you got this way. Why is that fold not going? I don't know if anybody's watching me here. I know what I'm doing wrong. I need to do it over the other way too. This way. I'm telling you. Should have probably practiced one again. Probably did it at the wrong corners. This way. I swear I'll probably have to go get one of my other ones. I have to think about it. I'm telling you, it's been a while. I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you, if it can't go wrong, it will go wrong. And it did go wrong for me this year, especially with the lights. So I'm trying to remember what I did wrong. This one's right. This is why this one's not going. Because it flips. I think I put it in the wrong spot for glue. And that's where I messed up. It goes at the other end. It should go outwards. So I'm going to take it apart. Like I said, the bonus is the fact that I can just rub this off. And again, guys, I would not, and I don't have a problem showing you guys that I messed up. I really don't. Because my brain is not totally functioning. But I don't recommend the eraser because you can just do what I did. And I don't care if I get it on my table. I'll have to redo. I still have this one. Make sure all the tape is off. And it's already folded correctly. It's just done on the wrong way. And you know, a lot of people actually fast forward their videos. It's probably the why they pre-record it. And not that I don't do that. I do. So... You see, it's much easier than pulling that eraser out. Okay, dokie. Let me think about it here. There's still some glue on it. It's frustrated right now. I have one in the other room. Let me think. This way. It'll open this way. It'll open that way. It'll open this way. And then it'll flip outwards. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I think I did. Because it opens this way. Okay, and then it flips that way. I still think I did it wrong. Oh my God, it's been so long. I know some of you are going to give me a thumbs down. But, again... I'm going to check your work. Okay, so it flips out. Flips over. Flips under. Oh my God. I'm telling you. I'm happy with this segment today. I'm going to come back to this because my brain is not functioning I have to think about it. I don't want to waste your guys' time. I'm going to come back to it, though, today. Just let me think. My brain is absolutely not functioning. So that's all right. We're just going to move on. Not a biggie. We'll go with the simpler one so my brain can activate again because I'm still on laundry and coming down from the high. I'm thinking, oh my goodness. I have these cards that I was looking at from my old cards. And so, let me see. I am thinking. Oh, the super simple one. Let me do a super simple one. It's pretty easy. Super, super simple. And again, I'm looking at my old projects. So I'm just going to pull a red piece of paper if I can find it here. And you guys should know, I'm just going to fold it in half. It can be a sizable card if you'd like. Oh, goodness. I'm telling you, it's one of those days for me. I'm not even joking. So I'm going to cut this to a 5x7. Make sure it's a 5. And this is an 8.5 by 11. And let me think, because I'm going to come back to that. I'm thinking. My brain is having a major fart. So we'll come back to that. Just have your pieces sitting there ready. And if you followed me, you said a fourth of it, or half. So we just have a basic 5x7. And this one's super duper easy. And I got scraps over somewhere. I just not digging right now. And we are going to do just a strip. Let's say an inch. Let's go an inch. Let's go 2 inches just because it's going to be easier for you guys to get. All right, I like 2 inches. Let me think. I'm going to take this back for a second so that I don't give it away. I guess it's okay. So since it's 7-inch card, or 5 inches by 5, we're going to have to take 2 inches off. And you can just do by 5 if you want, 2 by 5. And again, the thickness is up to you. This is, like I said, a super duper easy card. And my brain can start functioning again. And I am going to just tape this piece. Give me a second. Alright, so we're going to tape this piece. Glue it. The kids can do this one. I think I've been doing too much on some of the more simpler cards. And since this is a 5x7, I'm going to try to find 3.5. So we're at 3, and this is 3.5. But I'm going to go with 2 inches. I'm just going to go like slightly in the middle since the fold is this way. I'm just going to just wing it. I have the 2 down here if you see. And then I try to make sure it's there if you guys are a little more anal. And we are making a Santa belt. If I can get it back too. And it says you can do this with construction paper, especially for your teachers. And of course, I'm going to do any cards anymore. I did get one from Jenny that I'll share later. So this is, you know, so you always check both sides, and I was just slightly off. And it doesn't matter on this particular card. Now, a lot of people worry about we're going to put a belt buckle on it, and I'm going to show you how easy it really is to do a belt buckle. Instead of getting real anal on sizes. And because it's, let me find me some gold. I have some gold here somewhere if you can pull it out. Well, here, I got gold. I just didn't want to pull a whole sheet. Because I'm working on some other projects with you today. Okay, so we're just going to cut just over 2. So I want to go, I'm going to go 2.5 so it's more prevalent. Numbers are easier. And again, I'm going to come back to, it. And again, you can make these as thick as you want. Since I did 2.5, and I'm going to do 2.5 again because I want a full size buckle. And I don't want to use a whole sheet of gold. I am pretty anal. So you're just going to stick this on it and kind of wing it. Pretty easy. I'm just going to go around the edges. I don't like giving up my gold, but this is one of the ones I don't mind, especially when it's metallic or silver. And since it opens this way, you can go either way because it's still the same thing. But it depends on how, which direction you go, vertical or horizontal with the belt. And I'll just put that down. Now I have some scraps here, and it should be at least 2 by 2 because this is a 2.5 by 2.5, and it's slightly off, and it's driving me crazy. See, this is where my anal side comes in. So I'm telling you, I have had such a last 2 weeks, and it should not have taken me that long to do everything. Oh, it's better than it was. So, like I said, if it can go wrong, it would go wrong. So you're going to want to go back to a 2 by 2 because of the belt buckle. Now see, this is pretty easy. It's the front of the card's done. You could go on to other things, but I really don't think so. And because of the fact that this is a metallic glitter, you're going to want to put something in the middle. And I'm looking for some glue that's not glue. I'll go back to that. I have so much stuff here, and I'm getting kind of frustrated. I'm just going to put some more tape on it, and I'll come back and put glue on it later. But, I mean, if you're, if you don't have gold, use like a yellow gold. So now we have that done. Now, if you want to go in and you want to do a phrase here, I'd actually keep this one pretty simple, only because the kids can make it and let them loose on it. And I'm looking for my black ink. I told you I have stuff all over the place. I don't think I put it up. I kept it right here. Wait, wrong drawer. Wrong drawer. I am one of those Friends Are Magic Christmas, and I'll just go with that one. And just a basic stamp, or the kids can write what they want in it, because I really try to make cards when it comes to children, or when you're learning how to, and we're just gonna, oh crap, I already started it. So I will design that because I started it. And this is where a little bit of fun comes in, and it's okay to make a boo-boo. And I tend to make a lot of boo-boos when I do videos directly live. So I'm going to try to find a black, oh, my back pocket is harsh. You guys know, if you know me, you know I have a lot of screws and nuts and stuff in my back. Oh, there's my basic black, yeah. So it's okay here. So we're just going to go in, and if kids make a mistake, you can always give them a little marker, and we can go around and make a little bit of design around it, and a little extra swirlies. Again, there is no such thing as mistakes. It's only happy beginnings. I'm sorry, you guys are a little backwards. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to make this one a little thicker, because that little boo-boo. I'm going to leave it at that because, again, simple card. I'm in a hurry. So that is another card. I don't even know which number that one is. So, and you don't have to let one dry unless you want to go fancier. So my brain is thinking, and I was sitting here thinking that's the reason why I made a stop here. Because my brain is not functioning right. Let me go back to that. And I had it right. I know I had it right. I don't know why I didn't have it right. Maybe it was on my folds. Oh, I have these other two sitting. I have this other one sitting here. I'm going to stick that over. We're going to start it again. And I had that extra piece. Do another 6 by 6 and then cut that in half. I told you we're going to come back to that. It was driving me crazy. Yeah, we're going to do this brain fart all over again. Okay, so again, 2 6 by 6s. And they're slightly off, and I know why they're slightly off. I now see it. It's because there's still parts from the original edging right here from the top of the card, so we're going to trim that and make sure it's exactly 6. And I'm going to measure again, just so I'm right. And go over this side and make sure it's done again, make sure it's correct, because I was slightly off last time. That's part of what threw me off. There we go. Now that's exactly. I want to make sure this one is. Just to make sure. Flip the other way. Only because I think it looks better the other way anyway. We'll go back to the never-ending card. And this one's exactly 6. Now I have 6 by 6s and they're exact now. And then I'm going to go in once again and I'm going to cut at 3 by 3 or 3 by 6s. So I'm just going to cut both at the same time. So be careful when you're doing it if you're doing that. Okay, brain function, brain function, brain function. So again, you're going to cut a 12 by 12 into a, and take the 6 by 12 and do 6 by 6s, and you're going to take both those 6 by 6s and cut them down to 3 by 6, which makes 4 3 by 6 section, and the other part you can make into another card. So I am brain farting here today. And I know I had it right the last time. I know I did. I think I was just folding it wrong. I know I did. I know I did. So again, I'm going to do the glue. Let me see if I can do this better. Not glue tape. I'm going to go right here. You can see the line, if it will stay on here, right at that 1 inch. You want exactly 1 inch. See, I know I had it right. I had to look back at one of my other cards and stare at it. And then it's glue down here. Do 1. And again, you could do glue, you could do tape. I'm going to stick that one over for now. And I'm going to do the same thing to this. And you can do it on one side and then flip it. See, because it's not going to matter. But if you want, so that I don't confuse you any more than I already have, I'm going to go right here, because they're going to set on top of each other. And I'm telling you, I had it right the first time. And you ladies that do them, you know I'm going to be like, she's going to be like, oh, well, you just did it, folded it wrong, which I know I did. That's why I was getting confused. I know I was getting it right. So, these two. And then you're going to put these this way. Now you can do it this way. And I can tell you right now, it's slightly off, even though y'all saw me measure it. And I think it's because the middle started crossing. Yep, it's slightly off. How is that possible? Y'all saw me do it and it was exact. This is one of those ones that you kind of have to have exact. I do have a little bit of a gap, which is going to help you fold it. I'm not worried about seeing how it moved on me. Partly because it's slick. I'm going to kind of go in the middle because I know I'm going to have to trim it. It's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to keep to that one line. I don't know why they're like that. And because of my anal side, I'm going to look for it. And this one moved again. Stop moving. I think it's because it's slick paper. See, it moved again. It is slick when you go to, a lot of times when you use the metallic, it does have a slight, it's outside the corners. It does have a slight sheen to it. I'm trying to measure it up to one side. Now, I can see a slight edging on this, and I know that you guys can be like me and want it as perfect as possible, which is fine because I know I do it. Obviously, you see me do it. And I'm just frustrated today. I got all that laundry still to do. Now I'm going to check the sides only because I'm anal too. Again, this is a little bit more complicated compared to the other cards. But the bonus, see, I can see that. The bonus to this card is really anybody can do it except me right now. And I'm, like I said, I'm just kind of frustrated. It's one of those days. So now we know we're going to fold, and I did that wrong. We are going to take this. You can see where this opens up all the way. And we are going to fold to where the tape is. That's what we're going to do. It's down to that one stupid, just above that 1 inch, so you guys can see. It's like a 1 1/4. Is it 1 1/4? Yeah, say 1 1/4. This side's off. There we go. It's like 1 1/4 inch. There we go. Now we're going to do it to the other side. And we're going to go to 1 1/4 inch. You guys, it would probably be easier if I do it this way. See, that's 1 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 inch. So now we have the fold. And I'm going to fold. Let me think. It's doing it again. Let's try it the other way. I end up giving up on this card because my mental status is not there. This is wrong. I'm just going to give up. Do it in the segment that I'm, I know I just folded that wrong. Oh, duh. Now I got it. I'm going to go this way at 1 1/4. So you guys can see. Now I know what I did wrong. See? Brain fart. Telling you. That way it's different ones. That's the one thing about this particular card. I'm brain farting. So it's going to be 1 inch tape on each side. And then 1 1/4 fold. Back and back. And it's moving. Not by my point. Now this ain't going to matter because I'm going to cover it up. So this should work. If it works right. So it's going to go this way. And it's going to go this way. And it's going to go this way. Come on, pull. And that's because it's slightly bigger. Now this is where you fold this one down. No, I got it. Now I'm thinking. And this side's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to trim that because it's slightly off. This is where I told you that if there's a slight gap, it's not really complicated. It's just the fact that it can be slightly off. And I'm going to do it to the other end. So I always got confused on why it was, so we got this, and then we're going to go this way. And then we're going to fold that down, and it should come out to about 2 inches. So it's going to be on that inner fold. This side needs to be exact. Now, if you don't have a score bone folder, let me phrase that, bone folder. Now, there we go. And it's going to work. Okay, so here is, and this again, I'm telling you. Let's make sure that it's even. This is where your bone folder come in, and I don't have my bone folder up. And I'll make sure it goes that way. So, that's where my boo-boo was. But it's going to get covered over. And it'll be stiffer anyway when you start putting it together. So I got it, so. Okay, let me show you again so that I didn't boo-boo. So you have the two ones going this way at 1 inch corners. And then you got the other ones going the same way with the 1 inch corners. And then you're going to take the one side and you're going to pull it up a 1 1/4 inch. And then you're going to do the same to this side, 1 1/4 inch. And then you're going to go, going to pull it back out. And then you're going to do, where's it at? 1 1/4 inch on, you're going to pull it back over and you're going to put 1 1/4 inch. I'm going to repeat that again. So the 3x6s, two of them are going to go down. And you've got, I told you I had to think about it, 1 inch of tape or glue at each corner underneath down through here. So that way they're going to stick together at the corners. And then you're going to take one of the folds and you're going to go in at 1 3/4 inch. And again, if you have a measuring tape or a self-healing mat, you can always mark it with a color or pencil. If you got a piece of paper, measure it out with a ruler so that way you know. And then you're going to do the same thing to this side. That way it gives you that fold. And of course my paper is moving again. And this is why you let it seal and heal and glue down. And it doesn't make any sense to me because I actually do have permanent tape on it. But I'm going to go ahead and trim it down because I'm going to go crazy. And it's because it's moving and I was in too much of a hurry on the first round. But this part, the next part goes pretty quick. And only because I'm anal. And that's because the paper was slipping and sliding. And your measurements should be exactly, but alright. So it should be exactly all the way around. Again, so I'm going to show you again. There is two 3x6s, and on the back is the opposite direction. You're going to put glue on the inside of the first one at 1 inch, or tape at 1 inch on both sides. Then you're going to fold it down. You're going to take the opposite. Am I doing it right? You're going to take this whole section in the back and not do halfway, be like I did the stupid time. And you're going to go in 1 1/4 inch right here. You're going to do the same thing to the other side and go 1 1/4 inch in. So it's going to look like that. So it's going to look like there's a pocket. And then you're going to open it back up, fold it down, and you're going to do the same thing to the opposite direction. Okay? If I confuse you, I'm sorry. So I'm going to show you one more time because my butt was stupid. So you're going to take a 12 by 12 piece of sheet of paper, cardstock paper. You're going to cut it by 6 by 12. You're going to put the second 6 by 12 over. You're going to take the 6 by 12 and cut it into 2 pieces of 6 by 6. And then you're going to take both of those 6 by 6 pieces and cut it to 3 by 6, so you'll have 4 3 by 6 pieces. You're going to put them down the opposite direction, but you're going to put them down. See, if you look, this one, if you're looking at the mat, one is going horizontal, the other one will go vertical, but there's a 1 inch piece of glue or tape in this corner. And then you're not going to make the mistake I did. You're going to flip the top piece, and you're going to go 1 1/4 inch inwards on this side. Then you're going to flip it back, and you're going to do the same thing on, I'm not even thinking, on this side. So you got the whole thing going. So when it's done, it's kind of like the little cootie things when we were a kid. And I'm not really worried about the bends on it because I'm going to put a paper in here and you guys are going to see that. Just make sure, and I had my bone folder here. See, I'm telling you, I don't even know where my stuff is because oh, there it is. Now I'm going to go in and you want it kind of better creases because it will move better. Or if you don't, obviously, you know that when I did it, that it would fold and move on me. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the same thing so it's got sharp edges because the next part is not necessarily complicated, but you want kind of more creases. So I really like the red or the gold and white. So I kind of want to stick to that. So I'm looking for my book. My book's, oh, the book's on the floor. Now, if you want to stick with that, you can go with another foil, but I think it could get a little too complicated. But we are going to use that, and I'm going to go to a different color, which I know I had some paper out. It's at the bottom. And I kind of like, I want to stick to the green. So I'm going to save this piece because I want to use it later. And I may use it on the, because it reminds me of foliage. Foliage, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to try not to mess with this part. I'm going to leave it open here because if anything I'm going to do a 5 by 7. This is a really simple card. That's the one thing about printed paper that you can have a whole lot more fun and easier cards. And I'm going to stick that over because I'm going to make it probably 6 by 8. Now when you're doing this, you're going to have to make paper go across, but then you got to start looking at the cross section. So I'm actually going to go more towards the white right now. And if you guys remember, it is because you fold it down, it was ends up being 1 3/4 because of the 1 1/4 fold. So you're going to want to just do the inside of it. And so I'm going to go down a I'm going to go down a half or 1/4 of an inch. So that would be 1 1/4. I see my measurements are coming out right now. Now I'm thinking. And then that's super easy. You just cut it in half because we know that's a 6 by 6. So we just cut it in half. Now you got pieces. Now I'm going to go ahead and do another one the exact same way. So 1 1/2 or 1 1/4. My apologies. See, 1 1/4. So we're going to go back down to 1 1/4. See, my brain's on fire now. See, I'm awake. My medicine kicked in. I'm on thyroid medicine plus I'm epileptic. So I'm going to go back. And you don't have to do totally the 3 by 6. You can just go and measure a 3 and another 3. So now we got the sections for that. And again, I like the white. It stays white because it's matching anyway to the white. This is just going to put some color to it. And the reason why I say to do it this way, now you could do one full piece, but because of the fold here, if you see that, it's not going to work because of folding. So I personally will do just a little bit here. Let me pull it around the other way. Okay. I need the bone folder again. Where'd you go? You guys probably know where it's at more than I do. I'm going to go back and I'm going to put it up here at the top. Yeah, I need to cut it down more. I didn't think about that direction because it's a 3, so we're going to want to go down. I'm going to go down to an inch and 2 1/2. I've already got tape on this one, so it's going to get more complicated. I didn't think about the other measurement. Sticky, sticky. So I'm just going to outline it. Yeah, all right. My measurements are off. Let's just go back to this because I'm going to confuse myself. So 1 inch. My apologies. Again, my brain is waking up. So 1 inch by 2 1/2. 1 inch by 2 1/2. Now those measurements are correct. What do you want, Jeff? 1 inch by 2 1/2. Again, I haven't been doing this in a while. What would you like, Jeff? Stop looking at the camera being a butthead. I don't know who's following me and if they're following me at this time, and I know they're all laughing at me as it is, and you coming in doesn't help. It's been a while. It's one thing you have to worry about. There's a line right there. All right. So now I got it right. Brain not functioning. So it's telling me to stand. My watch is telling me to stand. So now we got that. Now, you're going to use quite a bit of the opposite color. Now, you can use multicolors in this, like if you're doing like a rainbow or a kaleidoscope. I personally have not done one like that. So that gives kind of a snowy look at the same time. It gives it like holly leaf design to a point. And we're going to use this color throughout so it coordinates, only because I wanted to coordinate. Again, you can coordinate with other colors. Okay, so I got that one and it's slightly off, but there's the card in the video. And we're going to do this piece too right here while we're at it. Remember, we have the gold foil going different directions because of the opposite side. Now, depending on which way you go on that, it should come up to the same way, at least in one direction when you're folding it. That's the one thing about the never ending that's fun, because depending on what you do, and like I said, you can do a kaleidoscope, which that seems like it'd be fun. Now, because of the fact that this folds this way, the folding pattern is going to start messing with your paper. So just so you know that, so if you're looking at this, if you want to come back to that, you can flip it another direction, and we're going to flip it another direction. So now that you got it this way, see if we did that. If you remember, It folded this way, and if you flip it out, you can now see where the pattern hits. Now, we're going to do a piece right here and a piece right here. And then I have this section right here. So if you measure correctly, again, that's a 3 by 3. I'm going to go down to, I think I'm going to go down to a 2.5 by 2.5. Just so that I like it better. And if I'm off, we will work it out together because I am having a brain fart. Let's go 2 3/4. 2 3/4. I believe it's 2 3/4. What, Jeff?
Haha, Molly, you put the gate up too high for me.
I didn't put the gate up too high for me. You put the gate up too high for me. I already said that at the beginning of the video. You think it's funny to put that gate up too high for me. I'm going to go 2.5. Just that I like the evenness. I said 2.5. He starts to distract me. So I have 2.5. Is that 2.5 by 2.5? I don't think it is. It doesn't look like it. It's 3. See what happens when my son messes with me. I'm telling you, I'm serious. He messes with my mind. So it's not even 2.5. It's 3 by 2.5. And he's driving me crazy. It's not funny. So 2.5 by 3. He likes to put that doggy gate up higher because I'm very short, and I'm going to go ahead and laugh, guys, because he thinks it's funny. Now, if you wanted to add red to it, but we can add red to it in a different direction. So, Jesus Christ, Jeffrey, you got me totally thrown off. My son, I had it at 2 3/4. Look. See my... This is why I hope he sleeps in so that I don't have to deal with it. So it's 2.5 by 2 3/4. And go ahead, say some choice words for Jeffrey for me because I'm already having a brain fart as it is. I'm going to tape it. And because of the folding, you want to make sure you get it really taped or really glued. Now that I'm thinking, and my son has already messed with me getting up, and then I'm going to go to the other side and do the same thing over here. And you'll know it because it's a bigger section and it tends to be, and the colors will mess. You'll see what I'm talking about when we start folding it. They will counter blend together. I swear my son is driving me crazy. He has been messing with me for days. See? Now you can see. Now I'm going to go ahead and where's my gold? And because of my boo-boo ones, we're going to cut these. Do I want to cut those? No, I'm going to do green completely on this piece. So if you remember, 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. See, my son has me so thrown off. 1 1/4. Right there. And basically all these measurements when you start doing them are pretty much going to be the same. So I'm going to do 1 1/4. See if I can do it 4 times. We need 4 of them for this one. Every time my son comes in, he totally throws me off. And he does that purposely. If you guys watch me, you guys know that he will come and totally screw with me. Make sure that this is going to be able to cut down. It'll be alright. It'll be a little short, but I don't want to have to waste any paper. Shorter on that side. Brain fart again. I'm trying to see where the measurements are by looking at the hole. And I probably will end up going back and cutting off another section to that card because I... So, I'll pull off another one, do 1 3/4 on this sheet. And it's okay because the birdie's really cute. 1 3/4. Now we can go back to 2 3/4. That's 1.5. No, that's right. 1 3/4 or 1 1/4. So we got 3 of those, and then we're gonna go to 2 3/4. So that one's right, and I'm not going to use this because we're going to come back to that. We're going to put all 3 of these, and if you guys aren't comfortable cutting 3, it's okay. I just didn't want the hole at the bottom. 2 3/4. And they should all measure the same. Now these are scrap pieces. You can make a bunch of little things with it. Like I said, this card's a little more complicated. Obviously complicated for me today, right? So we're going to go in and we're going to go ahead and put it in together. And the one thing I got to let you know, it's not going to totally make a difference. 2.5. I'm a little long. So 1 1/4 by 2.5. So I'm just put the measurements down as we go. All right. 1 1/4 by 2.5. I'm telling you, my son. So it can be a little short, it can be exactly, but I like the whole stained glass, like bay window type thing. And it will be fine when you start moving it. And again, you can do multi-layers on this one if you wanted to go multi-layers. This one's a little short, but I like it. Kaleidoscope would be cool. Now I am looking at it like a birthday card. Do a bunch of different colors. How cool would that be? Somebody tries that, let me know, because it just seems like a really cool idea. So there we go, it's getting done. And again, for purposes, I am going really fast and not thinking totally because my son has not helped brain fart in my brain. And again, because I cut it down, it's going to be slightly off. I'm slightly off today. I should have come out perfect, but my edging's wrong. So it really should come out 2.5 by 1.5, but I cut the edging. You guys saw me do that, so that's why it's slightly off on the side. That's exactly why. So if you fold it, now we're going to stiffen this piece up. And I'm going to go with the gold on that if I can find it again. I already used that one. You know what? No, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the green. I'm digging the green. So if you're looking at it, and if you want to measure it this way, this is 2 3/4 by 3 inches. So we're going to go down at 1/4 inch. 2 3/4 means 2 3/4 would be 2.5. Now see, I go with the swing 2 3/4. There's 2 3/4 across, so we are going to go 2.5 by. See? Well, you should write it down. So I have 3. Okay, 3 1/4 or 2 1/4. And this one should be darn close too. If not, you got a little trim up on it. All right. Now that my son's not in here, if you're seeing that it's lining up right and my brain fart is disappearing because it is hump day and I still got a load of laundry to fold. I had 5 today, 4 baskets and a box because I didn't have any more hamper baskets. My son's like, oh, why don't we do the hamper? I'm like, no, because your hamper carries dirty clothes and so does mine. And I don't want bacteria any more than I have to on clean clothes. I'm not anal, but I think that you all understand why I'm like that. I did like a barnyard on that. So when you start folding these again, they're going to be slightly off and you probably will have to bend some of them. So if you flip this, we now have, is the paper starting to bend? You have to go back through with your bone folder and make sure it stiffens up again because of the fact that you are now putting extra paper in it. So if you look, we now have this, we now have this, we now have this, right? But we still have this section to do right here. Now this is, I am going to pull the gold in for that because I have that extra where I made boo-boos when they were fine. I'm going to put this over. Where'd you go? I just had that, didn't I? Oh, they're right here. My boo-boo sheets. Boo-boo sheets come in handy. So we know that that was 1.5 And if you look, it should be 1 1/4. So we're going to go by 1 inch, which actually comes out perfect because these, if you remember when I taped them, my board's getting tapey. So we already know that this is 1 inch where the tape was, but I pulled the tape off if you remember. See, I'm telling you, my brain. So we'll be able to get 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. We're going to go down to 1 1/4. Only because I want to kind of keep to the gold on this. That's 1. Go up over that ridge. And that's that one piece. And I'm going to show you. You guys can always fast forward for me talking. And then 1 1/4. And we got 1 1/4 there. So this is where I said Boo Boo paper come in handy. So it was 1. See, now I remember. See, my brain's funky. 1 by 1 1/4, and I need 2 of them. Boo Boo paper rolls. There's 1 and 1 1/4. Measure twice, cut once. Unfortunately, I made that mistake twice. So we're going to go over to this one. And of course, that one's slightly off too, and that needs to be wider. 1 1/2. Dealing with my brain. Let's go back to 1 1/4. The sheets were off. This is off because of me trimming it. So if you're not as edgy as I am doing this, I'm doing a video today. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong, and it did go wrong for me. I'm gonna go by. That was too skinny. This was just the right width, which I believe was 1 1/4. Yeah, 1 1/4. And if it's not right, I'm going to scream and just use what I got. There we go. Yep, see, brain. Ladies, am I the only one, and gents, that the brain does not function on Wednesdays and you're trying to rush in right time? At least I can say I'm pretty much done with my Christmas shopping and just my son to add more. I sent my daughter, well, my daughter's got 3 boxes and almost 4. And she's already got a couple pieces because we did not want to ship it. Is it right? There it is. Do the same. You know, honestly, I would almost glue it because taping could move. I normally just use the tape. And I'll go back down to these 2 little pieces. See how it's nice and gold on this side? I kind of like it. This is why on this card, in case the paper moves, you're going to want to be more flexible. It's kind of like a tri-shutter card or double tri-shutter. It can get movement because of how you cut it, and it can be slightly off at one side and on the other. Now, if you haven't made one of those, it can get really complicated. I'm kind of hoping that I can do a spinner card, and there's a lot of different ways, and I think I'll try to do a spinner on the machine. So, okay, so I got it this way, and I have a little detail on that one. Now, I have the green, the multi, the gold, the green, or this is a multi, the green, the multi, and the gold. So you're going to have 2 of the same thing. Now, if you want to add another piece in here, you can. I can, and I'm not going to because it's not worth it to me while I'm doing this video, though it can be very pretty. As you can see, I am going to do it for this section and that section because I want to put something pretty in there. So I'll probably do it for this section here and for this section because they're the bigger sections. As you can see, bigger sections, because of the fact that I want them a little more detailed. So you guys can do that on your own. I am actually going to go ahead and see if it's the same gold, and even if it's not, it'd be pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and measure while you guys are watching or catching up. And you guys can watch me while I'm not talking. So if you want to look again, it is 2.5. So I'm going to go 2 inches. Make several of them. Is it 2 inches wide? I think this is already 2 inches. Oh, it is. Okay, so that one's already 2 inches. So about 2 1/4 or 2.5. So 2 inches and 2.5. Still off. That's right, by 1/4 of an inch. The paper's off. To the advancement. So it's by 2 and 2. I just want the big ones. So that one is 2, as you can see. This is 2.5 by 2 1/4. And this sheet is already 2.5, 2 1/4. So I have these 2 pieces that will go right here to give it that pizzazz. And again, you can do all of them. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tape these down because these are the ones that I'm going to put some extra stuff. Now, when you start putting extra stuff, guys, I can tell you right now, you have to watch the folds. So if you're putting stickers on, it's going to get a little bit more complicated because of the folds. Even when you put another layer down, you're going to have to, and I just totally did that wrong, but if I take it off, it might tear. If you catch it quick enough. I'm going to shut my mouth for a few minutes. You're like a Serbian needle. So it's going to get into more complicated. I don't even have any issues with this card, but if it can go wrong, it will go wrong, and it has gone wrong for me. So I'm going to guess it. Go to this one. It should be the same. Just trim it to what you like. And this piece that I just did is 1 1/4 again, and then 2.5. Should all be the same consistency. Again, when you fold it again, you want to watch the edging when you're doing it. I like the way the colors are on this one. Because you will have to use the bone folder or a popsicle stick all over again. 2 1/4. Right now it's 22. It's 2 1/4. You want to see it, it's 2 1/4. And by 2.5. Almost like blinders on. I don't actually like, I can fast forward videos, I just really don't like it. Especially when you're new, and a lot of you that follow me are not new. So I have it this way. And we are going to do gold in this one. So we know it's 2.5. We measure again. This is 2 1/4. And we're going to do 2.5 on this one. It's already cut since I did a full strip. I'm trying to center focus what I'm going to do. I have some done that's been triple layer, like a double mat. Only because of the design that I was going with and the color coordination. they're slightly off. So am I too, so what the hell. Going with the flow. Now it'll stiffen it. So I have this section right here. And it's going to be a little of the same because we did not double mat this one. So if you wanted to, we can go and double mat it if you want. I'm actually going to go ahead and let's see if I have it. If not, I have to cut on my birdie again, which I'll have to cut on my birdie again. I'm going to use this in a card. I'll have to use the accent of it. So if you look, again, we're going by the inside of that. And I already had that measurements if you guys already have it. It is 3 inches. And it's by 3. So 3 by 3. Actually, it'd be longer than that because of the width. It's 3 1/4. By 1/4 is 3. So I'm going to cut this section off. Going to go all the way out for now. Go down 1/4 of an inch. This might be spot on for me. Slightly off, but see if I have exact here on this one. Because I'm using scrap. So I'm gonna line it up on this side. Again, when it comes to metallic, if you're laying on top of it, use an extra glue glossy accents. Works the best. When it comes to print, I have to pull it up a little bit. So I can't see the corners. And it's totally off. And because of the sheen and the metallic, a little off camera, I'm sure. The other one on. Now, if you don't want to do double printing, but again, if you know, if you did plaids would be kind of cool. Chalk paper. Of course, you really don't need chalk paper. You just need more of a black paper and a chalk pen, or just a white gel pen. I'll go back, and I want to leave. Am I going to leave that one, or I'm going to go with the flow? Squeaky bed. I'm pretty sure that was not a squeak. Boys are gross. Not even excuse me. Yep. Yep. Nope, Dad's at work. Don't pull that one. It wasn't the cat, you sicko. And I'm going to do the center of that one. So I don't generally have to use my fold, but if you look, it is 3. My stomach's growling now. I'm going to go 2.5. I believe it was 2.5. 2.5. See? It should be. Yep. No. 2 inches. I'm telling you, I swear my day just keeps getting more interesting. 2 3/4. When in doubt. Make a little window. Jeffrey, you are so ticking me off. Yeah, you are. So 2.5 by 2 inches. See why I get thrown off during the day? Boys are just so gross. I'm glad I only had one. Can you imagine? Then again, my daughter moved out and I'm stuck in the house with 2 guys. What?
Not 2 guys, you got 4 girls.
No, dogs don't count because they're better behaved.
Yeah.
They are better behaved than you. No, the dogs are better behaved than you. Ladies, do you have boys and they're just gross and they smell? And I'm stuck in a house with... Dogs don't have... Really, they may have potty accidents, but boys are just gross. Justin's better behaved. He goes outside to use the bathroom. Alright, so see how much better it's looking? Because the more you layer it, you can layer it more, but I'm not going to. And I've already spent enough time on this card, which is driving me absolutely bonkers. So I'm going to go and see if I have something here in my Christmas boxes. I thought it'd be in the first one. Because all my stuff, and I know if you went to my craft page, Charming Custom Crafts on there, that you would see more of stuff that works, what I use, or my room, let me phrase that. My room. I'm looking at stickers. No, I'm not using silver. I've already got gold on it. I've got a layout I'm going to use for that. Oh, those work. That works right off the back. These are Casey Company by Brenda Walton. I've used a couple of these over the years. The coloring's just smashing. It just fits. Let's see what we can find. Ooh. Nope, too big. This would be too big. Santa would be too big. That would be too big. This might work. Let's center focus it. Let's see which way the card's gonna go. See, that's a problem when you start doing things, because as it starts to fold, you have to be careful of what you're doing, because they're still gonna cross. This is still too big, see? It's gonna cross over in your corners. Let's see if the rest of this works, otherwise we move on to something else. Or I can cut it in between two pieces, which we can easily do. Or several pieces. Where's that sticking? I'm kind of digging Santa right here. And because he is, oh, it's pretty. Oh, look, it's got a little blue to it. The colors aren't there. Let's just go ahead and put that one on. We're bringing it anyway. Again, since it's going over glitter, I do recommend using some sort of additional adhesive because it's not going to stick right. Now again, when you fold it, it's going to fold in a different direction. So depending on what you do, it's going to depend on how it turns out. Let me stick Santa on this side, I think. Again, this is where things can get very complicated. Unless I go this way, which I'm not. I'll put that on a different section. Oh, let's go with that. That way you can pop a picture in it. I'm just going to do the corners in it. I'm not going to do the cross piece. So let's go this way. I'm going to go over the full corner. So I'm leaving the pocket here. Where's the other one here? See, it works. I can work it out. Fully decorated. Without going too much because the paper is kind of already busy. So now you can put like $1 in that. You can put a picture in it. So we're just going to move on because we're going to have to fold it as we go. And since this is the front, and you're going to do it this way, so this is going to be, and I'm going to do it to where you guys can see it. And you can go ahead and do something like this. You just got to remember, you may have to cut or fold it more times. And like I said, this is where sometimes this card can get really complicated. And I like Santa. I can cut Santa. I'm going to cut Santa. So I'm going to go ahead and stick Santa in here because I really like Santa. He's really cute. And this stuff has been sitting here Again, I would suggest an additional adhesive when you're working over metallic or gold, only because it will move. Now when you get into a piece like this, and this is where my scissors comes in, and you got to kind of wing it with this, guys, because I would not use an X-Acto knife, only because you may cut through the other side. So you got to kind of wing it. This is where that slight piece would come in handy if it's split the right way. So now you got Santa that's there, so you guys can see that. Now if we flip backwards, again, this is where the card gets very heavy. And you go this way, and then you go this way. You got Santa, and Santa fits together. Again, that's why I said that when you get into multi-layers, the card gets very heavy. And the gaps will start showing more as you get bigger. And that is because it, you know what, I guess that doesn't matter. Let's find something else, even if I have to cut it. No. Let's do something where I can edge it on both sides and kind of cut this down. And use it on both sides so you can actually use it for another picture if you wanted to. That's a really good idea. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of figure out where I want it. I kind of like that. And I'm going to tape it this way. I don't know who's going to get this card. Actually, when I did the craft show, I just took them and my Halloween one sold because of Halloween. I'm going to go this way. Doing the opposite direction. Now, because I can't cut that way, I'm going to go ahead. Now, I can cut this with my scoreboard, which I probably will. Just because that side's a little bit easier for me to actually cut. When I get to the other angle, I have to fussy cut. And if you guys don't know what fussy cut means, which is normally cutting, that's a normal cut. So, we're going to use these, even if I have to tape them together. And I'm just going to see if you can see the side here. Again, this is going to be pretty. It's a little off. But I got only one card this year. I used to send out like 200 and get about 175 back. And it's kind of disturbing to me because everybody thinks that going to social media is, oh, well, I posted on social media. Well, I don't really kind of give a crap. Because sometimes the card that you may send may be what saves somebody's life during this holiday season. And I get kind of disturbed by it because of the fact that people don't think about it. Do I have another little piece of that? No, so I'm going to stick to this piece right here. So I'm just going to run along the edge. And again, this is where you can put money. I'll do a little bit here. This is where you can put money or pictures in to share with others, which is a really cute idea. See how cute this is coming out? Thank you for dealing with me today. I'm really kind of digging how this is coming out. And of course, you guys, I knew what I was making. I did not know how it was going to come out. Only because I like to wing it. Some people like to totally prep, and sometimes I do. But this is the card I wanted to start with. I needed to get my brain working. So this is really pretty. So we've already done this section. We've already done Santa Claus. Now you can see how you start to see how cool that comes out. And then of course you've got this section. Now we have this section. Now remember, the front of the card's going to go this way, see? Now if we flip it back the other way, I can show you there's Santa. That can be the front if you want, but normally it folds in just the right way. So if you do it the way you want, it can come out different directions now. You're not going to see that gold one. So if I use that for the front, this could be the front if I want to. If I do it this way, the things are going to get mixed up. So you want to make sure, even that looks kind of cool, huh? But Santa will be the opposite direction. So you need to make sure when you put it in a folder that you explain it to people. And like say up or down. So this is my up. No, this is my down. I have to think. My stomach is really growling. Okay, so this is this way. There we go. So there's my front, there's my center, or my second one, there's my second fold. And then, so this way is my last fold here, which will be the back. And I have already done, I could do something like that, but it's too big. I like the paper better. Again, it's constantly folding down. We already put Santa on here. So I guess I can make this another picture section, but it'll be too wide. Though I can slim it down. Don't want to do that. Oh, it would be a cute little pocket money thing. So let's trim it down on both sides. I'm kind of taking it. So I'm going to take the trim off of it on both sides. I'm going to make it another pocket for a picture. This would be a cute card to give to somebody. And then I'm going to fold it or cut it in half. Yeah, because it's already short, so I want to just be sure. So I'm going to take the same amount off on the other side. And measure it, just do a quickie measure. Oh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. So now that we got to measure to see where it's at. Okay, it is 5 1/4. So 5 1/4. I have to think 5 1/4. Let's make it even because that's going to drive me crazy. Take that off. So that puts it. I want it exactly at 5 inches. So I'm going to trim a little more off here. Trim the other side a little bit more. See where my 5 inches is. Take that whole piece off. Let's take, because I'm taking the actual border off of it. So if you guys are watching. So I'm going to fit it because there's a little bit border left on this one. And that should take it off. So now I know that I'm going to 2.5 inches. Without a second thought that it's exact. See, we're about done. And with it using stuff like this, it already has a greeting on it. So we're gonna go this way. She's so cool. So I can go up that high, or I can just stick really right here. But I'm having issues here. Let's trim a little bit more because I don't like the way it looks. And so let's pull it down a little bit on both sides. So if it is this way, let's go just a smidge. Am I the only one having a totally off day? I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I think it's because my brain is starting to regenerate a little bit from Halloween decorations and Christmas. Yeah, I'm liking that. This is coming out really pretty. I'll have to do a little cleanup before we start another card. And I'll make the next card a little bit easier. And then I'm going to do both sides. See, my brain is functioning. And the one thing about print, it can either hide it or show it. But when it's said and done, and most people won't notice it except the person who makes the card, and it'll drive you crazy. So, see how pretty that's coming out? I really like that. Kind of a vintagey card, isn't it? But it's another way to put pictures, money. You cannot do a gift card in here unless you print it out. Only because of the fold, so don't try it. I'm going to try to keep it right about there. So it's going to come out a little bit longer on the back. Now, here's the thing, because it does fold, I don't want to... Look at that, it is coming out. So if it's a little off, it's okay, because I got to be careful because it is a fold. And because when you start trimming it, it can cut it off. Okay. So this is that one side. And you flip it. There's your front. There's your one center. There's your second center. You got sides for pictures here, and then you can put money in that one. So I'm gonna probably just leave this one as is, and except that I want to put on here, this is the top, this is the bottom. So that is the top. I'm just gonna write at the top, front top, just so that whoever gets it knows. And then I'm gonna go to the back. And I'm going to probably do it somewhere that they probably won't see. But this is the back. You don't have to do this. If somebody knows, then they'll understand it. And then I'm going to put top. Now, you don't have to do that. I actually read it on mine so that we know that that is front. Never ending. And it just keeps going. So that card is done. And you can go with glitter and stuff. And believe it or not, I'm not putting glitter on that one. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute and clean up this a little bit so I can move on. Go get some more paper out. I am going to try to do a spinner. I think I'll do a spinner. A simple spinner. I have over here with lots of papers. On to another one. So guys, clean up your work area. My stomach is totally growling, you hear it? I had to sweep the floor finally last night. My son's like, do you know how dirty your floor is? Yeah, well, it's a craft room. If it's not dirty, it's not being used. I'm going to keep that pea because I can probably use that in another corner sometime. You just never know, because I got the paper pack and these it's way separate times. Again, feel free to decorate that a little bit more. Simple spinner. I will in the near future, if you have a rectangular skinny line or an X-Acto knife, I will do the other penny spinner and show you how to do it both ways. I actually have the punch that does it. I guess I can do this card sitting right here real quick, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this one. Since it's sitting here, this is art print paper. You guys don't have to totally listen to me. I'm going to go 4.5. How wide is it? I'm actually going to build a card around this. So I want to do red. Shit's gonna fall off. Yes, I just said the bad word. I don't want to use that one. I want to keep my 12 by 12s. I actually had to go out and buy some. Oh, crazy. For some odd reason, I thought I had the right color, and I have a buttload of craft paper. So I said 4.5 by 7, so I'm just going to go up by 1/4 of an inch because I just wanted to detail just a little bit. I said 4.5 by 6.5, so I'm doing 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. See, my brain's coming back online because I'm going to detail this one. We're just going to do it a little, it's a little off the end. I don't care. It's because I was moving the board. As I throw in card. I know you guys like to see me do my ATG gun, so every time I run out, you guys are going to see. Yeah, I'm going to trim it because I want to trim it. Motion. Go with the flow, folks. If you haven't seen my video, it is on there. So you're going to pop this off. Take all this off. Pop that off. Again, if I'm going too fast, I have the video. It's in my number one. I do not know what happened to my other. I had how I made a toolbox as a craftsman. I do have it on there as the how-to, but the original, I don't know what happened to it, and I absolutely did not erase it. So at the time that I had it up, I had 75,000 hits, and if I go by calculations, it's going to be probably 4 times that, because I research when I come up with an idea if somebody's got it out there. So you're going to pull off all the way down to the yellow. Because I need to go around sticky. Pop it in there. I'm going to go around. See, there's no directions that come with this. I actually have to figure out. And there's a lot of people that have done videos, and there were some that did them before me, but I showed it in some other of mine of videos, and I think, I hate to say it, they're still up there, but, and I'm going to go with the white. I could put green to it, but I think I'll put the reding in green. Yeah, I'm going to go with a white card. And I don't know if I have enough white, because I did, maybe I'll have to do the green. I don't think I have any 100 green either. Oh, please. I have 12 by 12 paper. I guess I have to do 12 by 12. Because I used my 8.5 by 11 on my letters from the North Pole. So we do know, if you guys remember, that it was 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. So it is going to be a 5 by 7 card. So if it's a 5 by 7, I'm going to cut off. And I'll show you this because it's going to be a wide one. It'll be a flip one, see? So it's going to be, see if you look, if I do all the way down the corner, it's going to be 7 1/4. So just so you guys see that. So we're going to go 7 1/4. Now, it's going to be the opposite direction for me. And so that you guys can see my measurements. See? Now, if you're more comfortable, again, feel free to just do it this way, because I like scraps anyway. So if you want to do it this way, you can go ahead and set it down and trim it off. And I'm leaving this one pretty simple. Again, this is where print paper, and if you do this right, if it squeaks, you don't have the tape on right. I'm going to start doing individual videos. And I'm going to get into a lot more complicated cards for those who are learning, and then from the designers. See, pretty simple. And I'm going to use my scraps here and pull out something out of my butt. Honestly, I'm going to pull something out of my butt. I'm going to do it that way, and I have some scraps. Looking for some white. I can use this too. I like the front of that for the front. Kind of digging that for the front. I'm gonna trim it. And I had this previously done from another video. And guys, I am winging it because it is right here. And I'm actually gonna pop this one up because I have my pop dots right here. I gotta trim this piece. Now, if you don't have printed paper, feel free to print off paper, believe it or not, if you got a good quality computer. And you're going to probably see me pull out the glitter, shocker, on this one. When you're doing a long piece, you want to go here. I actually like using the actual tape. But of course, it depends on what you're doing. But I always try to support the center. And if you feel more comfortable doing an extra piece here, feel free. All my cards generally cost me about $3 to mail. The lady dropped. I'll put it up more this way. I kind of like that. It's a little off. I can do it down here, but I don't want to cover the birdie. And it's okay to be off because I'm off today anyway. So, deal, ladies and gents. I am in a weird place right now, and I still want to just get my house chores done, and my son won't do the dishes. There are no plates or bowls, boy. No silverware. And go get the trash can. Oh, see, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong, and it has gone wrong. So you guys see what I'm saying? Telling you stupid stuff. Jeff? You're seeing it now, right? Today is just, it's just been the last 2 weeks that I just cannot win. I'm going to try to justify it here. And I'll get back to the glitter glue at the end. And this, again, this is just a wing card anyway. I'm not going to do any white. I mean, I could, but I could do this. Well, that works, don't it? So the card is... You know what? We're going to just wing it, because that way I can just trim it. What the heck? Right? It is one of those days we're just going to totally wing. This is where your scraps come in handy. If you guys ever wonder why I save them. There you go. It's going to go all the way out. Now you know why I save them. And this is all from what I've been working with, so. Right down the middle. See, and it looks like I did it all on purpose. Which that I did. Now, I'm going to go in, and because it's not taped at the bottom here, I'll be able to use those scraps. Maybe there. If I want to do it, I just need a little more. See? Look there. Okay, so I'm actually going to go and I'm not going to put anything on the card because it already has a phrase in the front, and I'm just going to leave it like that. And I'm not going to put my signature on the back right now. This is my glitter glue. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm going to go into what glitter glue is here. Or the... Alright. My husband's coming home. That would be why the machine is coming on. Where my other glitter gloves? Jesus, I could be prepared to tell him. It doesn't really matter. I need a stick pin. Hopefully, what we call the Dark Knight, because that thing is fast and it creeps me out. The other one looks, we called it Mo. Because of, it reminds us of an animated character that my son watches. And then, I can't do Wally because we had a pool cleaner in Arizona we called Wally. Add an extra special sparkle if I have my gloss. I have glossy accent. I gotta get it out. Hello on the beak. As far as I'm concerned, that one's done. That was a quickie, guys, just because it was scraps sitting here. So there's another card. So I want to do more of a complicated one. So I got 3 cards so far. Even the one drove me crazy and took me long enough, which I know that drove you crazy. And I don't want to drive you crazy. So these I just won't keep. I just throw on the ground right now. I have the whole ground throwing thing down pat. I'll just do another simple one because I have a bunch here. I think I'll do another simple one only because I have the paper right here. And I want to use it. So using what's here, I'm going to go ahead and just, again, wing it. If it's off, it's okay. I just want to make sure it's even down at the bottom. Back measure. And we're going to go, I think it's going to be a 4x6. Okay, scrap paper. Four by 6. And I used some of this paper, I think, in the last video. And I love this. I think it's a little too busy, so I'm going to see if I have any brown. I know I got cards or craft paper, but I know I have some brown right here. And I have some brown over there from doing the antlers. And I'm just liking this. I love the whole thing. I'm not going to use this scrap paper. So if it's 4x6, I'm going to go, I'm going to do just a 1/4 inch. This one should be pretty easy for me to do. And I'm going to do 2 of them because I'm going to do the inside. Quicker, faster, easier for me. You can see that I can do cards like this. I took my scraps and I will make cards like crazy when I'm in the mood. 4x6, we're going to go down a 1/4 inch. Oh, my watch is telling me it's time to stand. Nope, not standing yet. You guys get me standing all the time. Now, I don't have any curved edges or anything on this. I do have something that does that. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. I really like this cane type paper behind it. I'm totally digging it. I might have some things from the last card on the last video. And then this is a 4 by 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So I'm going to go 4.5. Now, you guys want to get into the curves. It does get more complicated. I actually highly recommend that you either use a punch and or a machine. So I did 4x6 and I did 4 3/4. And I do 5.5. So, see, I told you I can think faster on my feet. I'm going to go ahead and do 5.5 on this one. It's actually going to be the same on the inside. See, you see, you can just do cards without thinking. But they are a little bit more simpler. And it's easy for me to think. Oh, now watch, I did it the wrong way. I had to say something, didn't I? Should be 3.5. Dum-de-dum-dum. Dum-de-dum-dum. Today is that wacky day for me. See? Smart. I'm like, really, I want that. Yeah, I want that way. I really need to get my glossy out. I'm going to do segments and pre-record them for technically 5/7, which was supposed to be today. So I keep saying that. And I said that only because the fact that I was working on the yard. Now I'll have one garland put up. And when I get the house clean, I am going to show you guys everything. I hope I'm not dying on the phone here. I think I'm good right now. So I have one person follow me. So, you know, play wacky with me, but again, when I do cards without thinking about it like this one, I don't have to think, and I'm not thinking. Just go with the flow. When you're doing a card, just go with it. All right, go. I think I'm going to do, I don't want to do white. I'm going to do another red stripe around it. Where's my gingerbread? I don't want to cover my gingerbread. And I'll just put a simple little word in there. Going with the flow, folks. I'm going to fold it over. I'm not worried about that crease because we are going to cover over it. Winging it. When I'm doing scrap cards, I can fly. Told you I can fly on these when I'm not thinking. See? That one's done. I'm not done. I'm a dum-dum, but I'm not done. And I still had some of this left. I'm gonna stick this bit of paper down. Seriously, should see my scrap paper all over the floor. I'm kind of like this Mary, because the colors fit with it. Mary Brown. So on the 16th, if you guys follow me, we do Santa Claus here at the house. My husband, the one time of the year, we started this last year, we talked about it for years, and we now do Mr. and Mrs. Claus. I stick with the brown right there. Kind of digging. Pretty simple, right? Now I know I had some pieces. Let's see what goes with this. I don't think it is this, but it just works. And I only have... So this is Christmas. Christmas. Yeah, I know I had another piece floating right here. Well, now, I know I did. I don't know where it's flipping at, but hey, we're winging this one anyway, aren't we? Scrap. I wish I had another piece here, but that doesn't count. What else do we have? Oh, I got this. Give her that snowflake, right? Unless I put a couple of them, which I do have snowflakes here. Do I have my brown peanut? Nope, but I got markers. Again, winging it. We are winging it. Wing. Oh, that's a hurt one. I don't want to put any more to the inside. Nope. I got markers. I use, I do have a few Koopas, I just don't use them. I have a killer amount of again, winging. We are winging. How the kid is. We are swinging on Country Song. Thumbs up to those who know that one. Should probably use a piece of paper. I'm going to be using the front side of that gold anyway. Too slow. I'm not even worried about the sides. The card, most people will throw their cards away, which I don't. I actually enjoy the cards everybody makes me. Let it sit there long enough, it'll bleed through the sides. These are Maya, by the way, for anybody who wants to know. So you and I, if you make cards, we'll see it. See? I didn't want to do cream. I could put some, but at the same time, they take a while to dry, so I will glitter. Glue! My favorite thing. I need to get me some more Stipples kind. I just hate when you have to get the other ones when I have a ton of the other ones. I just want the Stickles glitter. There's 3 different ones that I absolutely love. And they all are like the clear ones, so. Come on, it's lovely weather, first line right together with me. Outside the snow is flying, kids are calling me home. If you saw my front yard, I have a winter wonderland. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding on the wonderland of snow. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, it's grand. Just holding your hand. We're riding on wonderland. I am off my rocker today, enjoying the way. Where's my scissor? Bum 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 That's a pretty easy card, right? Snowflakes. There will be snowflakes. Let's leave it her. I'll wait to do. Nope. It's probably going to bleed on my hand. These are Spectrum Noirs. I have Prismacolor. I have a ton of them. You guys are looking at those. I actually don't recommend, if you want to learn to blend, I don't recommend Copic because 1, they're expensive. And 2, Copics, or the Prismacolor, if you wait until school right after it starts, like in spring or fall semester for college students, they actually tell them to buy all these markers and end up finding out they don't need it. So they will sell them all. I got like 200 some markers for like 90 bucks. And then I added to it, but if you go buy the individual markers, they're cheaper anyway. And let's go with these. Oh, I'm not finished with that. See? Super quick. That one's done. And that was scraps right here in front of y'all. And that's another one. Alright, let's go a little bit more. Okay, some scraps up to, why did I do that for? I just pop them out. Duh. Yeah, I'm just popping them behind me. This one's not going that way. Throw this over. So now more scraps. Now, if you don't have a machine, I basically recommend that you invest into a punch. And I have my punches out, but I'm not digging. I'll do that in segments. This is definitely going to be the last card for me. Oh, screw it. You're sitting there. This is a lot more simpler than you think on these. If you don't have a punch, use like a coffee mug or a plate, something that's bigger but smaller. So I am going to pop my machine on. And see where I put my mat. Oh. Hey, Jeff! Jeff! is left over from my Reed. Jeff! Would you go to the table and pull... No, it's right there on the boxes. Would you get my mat? My machine mat right there?
What?
It's on the boxes to the left, on the other boxes for Kim in front of the shelf.
Where?
Right as you walk out of the room, Jeff.
Okay.
Walk. Doggy gate. We're gonna use this one. I really like it. Right over the doggy gate.
Okay.
Do you see my mat?
What?
Yes, no? I'm not playing, Jeff.
A piece of paper?
No, it's a mat. It's plastic that's white, has purple, blue, and black on it, like dot type things. So, I am...
This one?
Yes. Please be careful with my mat. On the doggy bed in the living room is a little plastic spatula. Would you get that for me? So I'm actually going to go to the brother... Oh, not that one.
What?
To the doggy bed over by the back door. There's a little white spatula. Can you please get that for me? Actually, did not sign in, so... oh, wait. Easy way to go directly to it would be here. And I need to turn it on. For it to connect. Yeah, it's connected. Gonna watch it. Don't you love that? We're gonna use it. And we're gonna use those snowflakes that I just had. Whoever just left a comment, you can see the...
Yeah.
Thank you. Connect. There we go. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do load data and it'll automatically go to my machine. I won't actually... Nope. We're going to close that out. Capture mat. Nope. I had glitter everywhere. My son's like, when is the glitter going to stop? I said, good luck. I don't want that. That was my old stuff. That's from the garage door. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. What? I don't know where I put it. I could probably totally know. Well, yeah. Stop! Okay. Design. Canvas. Telling you, my brain, I exited out of it earlier. There we go. The dot tells it all. We're gonna start a new project. I will do one of the ones that are actually already in the system. So if you guys are watching, I'm gonna go over here and we're gonna do basic. This is where I'm gonna have a little more fun. And I'm looking at the basic designs. Let's come up with something that is a little more cheerful. And let's see. A little more fun without too much fun. Get an oval without being like totally weird oval. Let's go with, what's that one? Where'd you go? Really? At least I know what I'm doing. This is the design and cut from Brother. I'm gonna go back over. No, dummy. Whatever. They do have some new Disney ones, guys, and that's new. Basic. I do happen to have the rhinestones set up, but you know what? Let's go simple purposes. We're gonna go small. And I want to do a card. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. So it might be a bit big. I need something more supportive. Or is it that down here? 2 inches. So let's go 2.5. Okay, now it's a matter of moving it. Might be exactly on the square here. So it'd be a 4x4 card. Yep. It's exactly on. Alright, so I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna put this over for a second. Well, I'll get to that. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do after that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. This is so pretty. But I'm only gonna cut it afterwards. I don't wanna have to cut it before. I'm only looking to doing the cut. Again, metallic paper, please be careful when you're using it. This one's a lot easier than you think. What the hell do I swear my husband and my kids bring shit in here and just stick it on my table. This is my better side. Not better side. I already stuck you down. It's calibrating. Okay. So I'm going to go over here and project, and I'm going to hit that. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. I'm going to go and down. I'm just going to keep it. And it's transferring. Now see, we're going to click on that. And it's going to say go to So now it's already on. I just got to go here. And I'm going to go load data. See, it just said that it's connecting with it. Now it's there. Be quiet, Jeff. I'm almost done. Okay, so you can see where my little piece is. Now I'm going to go up and choose to cut. And I'll hit done. I'll wait till that little error, then we're going to go ahead and hit. Now it's sending out the info. Now, I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to put another sheet of paper. We're going to come back to this. There's my little because does that paper match? I don't think it does. I do believe I have glitter. Oh my goodness, I do. There's my glitter. It's so pretty. I ran out of the white, so I had to buy some white. And I go through this stuff like hotcakes. So, little white with our snowflakes. That's metallic. And I'm going to have to look up a snowflake design. And we're going to scan it in. This is going to be the last one for sure today, guys. So I need just one sheet of this. And again, when you're cutting this, you got to put the blade down a little thicker. There's 2 sheets in here. So not only am I going to use this for, machine back. Not only am I going to use it for framing, but I'm going to use it for the card itself. But again, be careful when you're doing this stuff because it does not like to stay down. And no, I do not have a new mat on here. I do have one sitting over here, which actually a stickier one would work. I actually use, when I clean it down with Mr. Clean, and I use the Zig pens. So, I actually have to keep putting my hands on it. See, if you guys know, you can either sit it out in the sun, or you can use tension like what I'm doing right now. It's the canvas. So, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna, it's the canvas, and click on that, and yellow. Is it view? Nope. I'm gonna copy it, and then I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna paste it down. I'm gonna pull this one over. Now I can go in and pull that one right over to the edge. This one, since it's already 2 1/4, we're going to make it bigger. And we're going to go, I don't want to go too small. Let's see how this looks. That's a little big. Let's go down to 2. Go down just a little. So we are going to frame it up. I need to pull this one over. That's pretty good. I'll just double check it. And that looks fun. There is a way to do it a different way, but I'm actually making a frame. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to go and, nope, that's not what I want. That's scanning in. Error. And transfer it. While this is transferring, I'm actually going to take my, go down just a hair because it's already at 7. Because normal, the normal paper I'd say 6. So I'm already got this set up where it's going to go in, and I'm going to go back in and I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to load data. It's connecting. That's what that beep was. And you guys say that I don't do anything fancy. Now I'm going to go down here and pick out my operation, which is cut. Hit done. I'm just going to say cut and start. That's going to be my frame. I'm trying not to go real big because of what I'm doing. That should be the center one. Now it's going to cut the outer one. We don't want to go real big because of the card we're doing. I'm going to undo that. I'm actually going to stick the machine over because I'm not quite sure if we're going to use it again. I may or may not. So if I do that, I'm just going to stick this over because I really only wanted this piece right here. Now again, if you have the different side punches, so I'm actually going to just leave this sheet as big as it is. See how pretty? It's pretty. It's pretty. It's pretty. Though again, the pen is not ideal. Here's my white. Because it's metallic paper. And I don't know why. That's probably my old one. I think it is. I usually have a couple of them. Yeah, this one's full. It dries decently fast. And we're going to frame it. We're framing it. See how pretty so far? And I may have to trim this down a little bit, but I'm not ready for it. Now, with that being said, I'm actually going to go in and erase one of them, but I'm going to cut another one, and you're going to see why. We're going to do the opposite side, but I'm going to cut the blue and then put white, I think. I have to think about it. Because I'm doing the back of the front. And so I need to do, I hate to do all white on that, and then the blue. I want to do the opposite for the inside, so I'm thinking. So I've done the blue, I need to put the blue down for this one. Yeah. So I'm going to go and put the blue down on the mat. Now you guys can put different ones on here. I just don't matter to me. So I'm going to put the blue down, opposite corner, this pretty snowflake, because I'm working with the flow. This is why I'm not cutting it yet, because I want it to be the way I want it. And I already have, I made lasagna, so he's doing. So if the girls bark, you know why. I'm going to go ahead and cut. I wanted to cut it the same way. Cut. Done. Because I want the frame on this side. Cut. Now I got the frame for the other side. And then I had it exactly where I had it before. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to go back to the other one because I didn't want to move the calibrations on at least the outside. Which I should have done it the other way if I thought more. But you know, hey, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. See, I wanted this. You guys are going to get it here in a minute. So I am going to go to this one. My Design and Cut friends. If you have the CM350, which is what I had before, it's pretty much the same thing. You're just using the, which I loved. That I have to say by far that was my favorite. So we're going to use the opposite end. Actually, I can use the opposite side over here. Because I'm going to move the thing back where I had it, and I knew if it's off a little bit, then it's okay because it's going to be a frame anyway. Back in. I'm going to say we're done. Going to go back. Nope, I don't want to check that. I'm going to say close. Now I'm going to pull this back out. I don't need that one. I'm going to trash that one. That's the outside. Now I had it exactly cornered in here. Now if it's off, it's not going to matter much because I'm going to trim it down anyway. And you'll see that. So that should be, that's 2 1/4. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go download. It's going to pop back in. I go back to here. It's going to load it to the software to transfer. I'm going to pull it back over. Going to pull this up. And then we're going to do load data. So what I'm doing is the opposite effect. And I haven't made one of these spinners. It's a thread spinner. And then I'm going to pick. Let me go back on. I got to double check my phone here. So I need to make sure if I'm not charging that I am. I'm going to continue. So you guys are now following. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off, and I need to find me a charger, which I have over here. I'll pull this off. Now we have this piece is what we wanted. That's the center piece. So I have that. Let me see. I got to pull a cord. If I don't pull a cord, you're all going to die on me. We don't want you to die. I have a charger right here. It's just a matter if it will extend from the outlet here. I'm hoping so. It may or may not. It should. I started realizing that they're probably getting low. Alright. May have to pull you guys back a little bit. I can move this a little. Okay, so. Alright. I gotta step over the cord. Don't want you guys to fall or die on me. So you are charging. So we have that part of it done. And I told you I'd get more complicated. This actually will get complicated. This one's a little complicated, but you can use a whole bunch of different things. I don't need that one. I'm going to put the mat over. So I have basically all the pieces that I need right here. And then this piece. And then you can cut out a snowflake. But we're going to try to use the Maya. Because it's right here and a matter of convenience for me. If you have stickers, feel free. Matter of fact, I may just use a sticker, see what I got here. Because I just had Benny in my paper. Just had one, and I'm hoping I have 2 of them. Ooh, Frosty. Frosty the Snowman. It's a jolly happy song, which I'm hoping these 2 are exactly the same, which I believe they are. Yay, and they match. Let's leave a couple of these out. So this one could be the Frosty card. Now you can cut them out if you got a punch, which I have a punch, but I don't feel like dealing with it. It's over somewhere. Don't need that one. That one's kind of bendy. So, okay. So because of the fact that we are going to do this one a little bit different, we're going to go ahead and frame this one. We're going to go ahead and frame that. Again, because you're putting it on glitter, I highly recommend something else. Where's my white? Now flip it over. See, I'm telling you, something's going right for me today. Maybe it's the beginning. I'm telling you. So maybe this will stick. The glue was sticky. Oh, come on. This is exactly why. I'm telling you. Maybe we'll just stick that on afterwards. I think we'll stick that on afterwards because that's going to be the inside anyway. Screw it. I am not going to keep you guys away any more than I have to. So, this is going to be the inside of my card anyway. So you guys have always wanted to see a penny spinner and me make a penny spinner, so I'm going to actually show you. Okay, and trying to make sure it's even. I think I have 4.5 or 4 1/4. I have somebody calling me. I should text her and tell her that I'm busy. Let me tell her. My iPad is my best friend. Messenger Live. Because of the fact that she said she'd call me back earlier. I'm live on YouTube. Usually that's my daughter or my son. Okay. Call you right back. Okay, so now that that is done, done. So I want to kind of make this all the same. So if it's slightly off, we're going to adjust it. So if it looks pretty decent, so I want it to be a little bit longer on one side than the other because of what I'm doing. So this is 4 inches. Yeah, 4. I'm going to go a little longer. I'm going to go 4.5. So we have, and you see 4.5 by, I'm going to show you again, 4.5 by 4.25. So now I need to make sure that this is the same way, because this one's my inside one. And that's because I want it to dry 4.25. It should be the same, so we're going to make sure. Or is this one the 4.5? Nope. Nope. Don't need that one right now. And then I said 4.5. I'm pretty sure, but we're gonna make sure. Yeah, 4.5. Is it 4.25 too? I think I made one side too long, so I have to check that. Alright, I think I did. So we're going to double check that, and that's easy. It's a matter of putting this on both sides and seeing where you're off at. So I guess for the inside, it's not huge. That's off by 1/4 of an inch this way. So that should be accurate. And again, it's a backside, so it's not huge. You're not going to really see it on the front. As long as you can line that circle up. So I don't really care about that right now. So, and I'll put the framing around it on that side. So I'm actually going to use Frosties. Little bitty snowflakes. It's going to be lightweight anyway. And I have my thread. Where did I put my thread? This is where it comes, where you hear the thread spinner. And I have white right here. I have other stuff somewhere. Hopefully it'll just pop out because I'm just totally frustrated. I have some little one. I just don't know where it's at. I have stuff everywhere. I had to move everything for the projector because I happen to be the front room. I am the front room. I don't know where you guys ever find this. Right here. It's right there. It's a little end stitch. And it's not there. Well, now. I want it to be white. Well, boogers. I got fishing line curls. I just need one thread piece. I wish I knew where my should find it this way. If not, then I just need to go buy another spool. Maybe I'll see it when I'm sitting there. I'm telling you, I should have just come right off because I haven't used it. It isn't in that spot. I'll just have to rewind it. That's right, this is all I need. I just have to rewind it. Or just buy another one. This is where the magic happens. You want this side at the top. This is where you're gonna measure. We're gonna go, I don't know, top, tie it. You want a decent size knot. See if that's good. See where our spinners are. And that's pretty good. We'll just know that that's the end right here. Let me see if I can, if I have a piece of paper that makes it a little bit easier for you to see. I know I had some black here. I got, not black hair, black here. Oh, I have this piece of brown. So you guys can see. Now we have the two, and these happen to be sticky, so technically paper would be better, but it'll stick to your fingers and doesn't mean it won't slide through this. You have a better chance. And it was right at the end. And I'm gonna probably put it right there and try to line it up. Now that the thread is on it, of course it's thicker and it's gonna stick. You should be able to see it. You can do it the opposite way to lay it down. Of course, I had to make it complicated. Stay. And we're gonna do it with this one. Foam tape has quite a bit of good glue on them, obviously, because they're sticking the hell out of my finger. I haven't made one of these since I used my Cricut, I don't think. I have that one. It's a long time since I made one. I may have made one since. Now, foam ones, you can technically totally line up. And move around a little bit. I don't know where I got these stickers. I've had them for a while. Now you can upload this back up in here if you want, just slightly. Should slide, but I'd be very careful on that, only because of the fact that it may slide right off. Alright, so we have the piece it's gonna spin, so you can see that. I need to have a backing. I think just plain white, if I have it. I'm telling you, I don't know. Oh, this might work. I have another metallic, but it's a wrong metallic. That might be perfect. I think it actually will be. So, making it simple and quick, because I know you guys are tired of watching. And when in doubt, use something flat. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and we're going to put the metallic on the front because I want it to be this way. And I'm going to just do a slate. Maybe I'll put Frosty actually in this because I got the stickers. And again, I'm just winging it. This might be good to use glue. I really don't use glue that much. When I make it, I just wing it and keep going. I do use it. You'll see me use it. I want to make sure it doesn't move. Again, I want this down at the bottom because of the fact that the spinner is going to be up at the top on the inside. Now you can measure it, but it should be when I get down close to 1/4 of an inch anyway. Crap all the way. Nope, nope, nope. Alright. Totally forgot. I need the center open. Where's my one piece? I need my base card open. Holy moly, I think I forgot that. That's okay. I'll just pull the mat back out. And it's already set anyway, I just have to put it on. And I already have it folded so I know where it's gonna go, so I'll just make this side the opposite side. It's already pre-cut, so. If you guys remember, it's already on there. There's a lot of glitter. I'm definitely gonna have to restick the mat now. Nothing's gonna hold. Okay, get back to my iPad. Pull it back. I can't show you my password. Of course it is fingerprinted. Alrighty. So it's at the bottom. And I'm gonna go ahead and preset again, and it's already still there. Done. Connecting. Start. Actually, I want to stop. Yeah, I can do it that way. I'm gonna trim down this piece for time saving. You'll see what I'm saying. Bing. Start. Now it's gonna cut. I want to make sure you're all still there. Make sure we got it set here. I think you guys are still there. Yeah. All right. So. Some of you guys watch me on your lunch hour when I do this, so I'm gonna, now I definitely got it. Hello. I needed the base of the car with a hole in the middle. All right, I definitely need to clean that up. Put this somewhere close to the action because I need to take it and strip it. Okay, so we now have that. Now, if by chance this piece that I'm going to put on here happens to be, which, of course, I set it over somewhere and I don't freaking know where it's at. Guys, I'm telling you, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. And it happens on my watch. There it is. Hello. Now, if by chance it's too long. So I am going to actually trim this piece by a little bit. I know I'm going to stick it up this way. Ow. See, I'm saying ow, and it's not even me. You can obviously just change it around on the mat. And I'm gonna still. I wasn't exactly being exact. Good enough. Good enough. No, it's screwy at the top, isn't it? Oh well. There's a way to correct that. I always have ways to make bad things into good things. You'll see what I'm talking about. I don't know how to not think. At the same time, I wish I stopped thinking. It's going to actually stand. See? I come up with ideas. But now, I actually have to trim it to that so it stands up. But then again, here's the thing. It could be like an easel card. I just have to measure 1 1/4. And pull my cutting board out, but I know I'm going to do it this way. So it's going to be like an easel. And 1 1/4. I'm going to trim it up widthwise, guys, so don't worry about it. Always a happy place. Joey's a happy place. Now it will actually like a box. Dun, 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 dun. See? I never worry. No reason to. Only happy beginnings. I'm happy. It's happiness. And I'm going to trim the bottom. This side's a little long. A little bit on one side. See, I'm going to trim the bottom a little bit more because I'm a little more anal. Because it's shooting from the hip. And I think some people actually do that or measure way too much. See, when I shoot from the hip, then you get more of a cooler card. You see what I'm saying? See? I have a cool card so far. Now, what's that mean? That means that I have to go back to the other piece. And I have to measure that out. So you guys can see now that I played with it, I have to now figure out how to get exactly where I want. So that is sort of easy. Take it. When in doubt, put a little pin mark and you can trim from there. Because it's going to be covered with a frame anyway. So looking from the other side. I'm going to dot it. Dot. Start from there. I'm going to start from there. Trim that off. Again, feel free to be exact. This is me shooting from the hip. So let's see if we got that side correct. We do, but it needs to be trimmed a little bit more, so that gave me an idea. It's like a frame of reference. There, now I got that right. You see that? Now for my sanity, I'm gonna go a little bit more. Just a smidgen. Because it's gonna go in the inside. And if it's off, that's okay. I've got an idea. And I'd say that's at least a ½ inch. So I need to go another 1/4 of an inch. See, I was right, ½ inch. Now I'm decently happy with that. So we're gonna go back and do the framing and extra details here in a few minutes, but I wanna put this in first. So it's gonna be like this. So you guys can see that. But if we're gonna do that, we have to put our spinner in. I'm gonna go ahead and tape that. Go away. Now, I do suggest a lot of tape when it comes to the spinner, the thread. Because of that, I mean, you can use glue on top of it. Glossy accent's going to be stronger. Absolutely no hot glue. You can use a silicone, but again, it's still going to pull. This way. I need to put my penny up. Trying to make sure I knew we're going. Okay. You guys can see. I want a lot more tape. Now, technically, it gets kind of delicate when you start spinning it. Stop holding on to me, and we're gonna be good. Stop. Okay. So we're gonna put directly in the middle. I want to pull it up more. There's my husband. The girls are going to go crazy. Spin, spin. Let go. There, it's down. If I can get it off my finger. You'll be able to see that. Now there's just one thread that's too long. Alright, now we can put the piece in. I'll show you how it spins in a minute. So, you can see that so far. I'll show you how it spins in just a second. I am going to use, I think, Frosty, because it's already out. I think I'll just use Frosty here. Again, because he's already out, so I want to be careful where I place him. I'll place him down here at the bottom. I have extra snowflakes. I don't like this one. This one's better. Hi, sweetheart. I don't want it to interfere with the spinner. So it just happens to work out that it's going to be Frosty. Now I'm not quite worried about this right now because I am going to go and detail the inside a little bit with a little, again, I still have the framing to put back on it. And I probably should have just used white paper. I'm going to measure the exact width so you guys can see. It is 4 3/4, and I am going to go, is it 4 3/4? I'm going to do 4 1/4. I don't want to cut any more than I have to. 4 1/4. I hate the fact that I can cut that. I'm telling you. Still not good enough. That's went one. Let's go this one. So I take that curve off. So it's going to be 4 inches exactly. It should be. Hi, baby.
There's some dogs for you.
That's right. Sonic has $1 dog day.
Did you check your bedroom door? Yeah.
I think this one's for you. Brings me hot dogs and $1 dog day. Not that I don't have any. I think I'm going to trim just a little bit off of both ends, both sides. Just because of the way I want it. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. I think I have a strip of white. If not, I can make a strip of white from something. Not too white anyway. When in doubt, use what you got. I smell onions. Oh, that's weird. You got me a chili cheese hot dog. Chili cheese hot dog. Better have onions and mustard on it. now. We'll put some more snowflakes on. I have more snowflakes, just a few. We're working with it. I just happened to come across it and happened to be the right color. I wondered when I was going to be using them again. Every year that I clean out. Yeah, no, I'm going to keep Frosty. I'm going to keep Frosty. I don't know if I got it from Joann's or Michael's. Just put it on. We do need something on it, don't we? Otherwise. I guess I can put another one of these on the back when I'm done. When I'm not on the computer or on the line, I'll put another one on. Screw it. I'll put it on. I'll just leave one out. And I'm gonna put it on the back. I'll be in a few minutes, guys. I'm finishing up this video because I am live. I have been on way too long with you guys, huh? But I did promise that I would do something new. And yeah, wing it. What do I got right here? Nope, I don't use that. Always a happy thing. I like the snowflake one on this side. And do exactly. Right. Again, this is where it's going to get complicated because it's the snow. And I'm going to try to coordinate is what I'm trying to do. So it is not going to totally stick until I get some glue and put some pressure on it or some glossy. So coordinating, I will put in some glue afterwards. And then there's the frame. And again, I will have to go in later and do that, but we need a little freeze. And I'm gonna leave you guys to the freeze. But when you spin, and you gotta be careful, tighten it up. And you wanna leave it tightened so when somebody opens it, they're gonna see it spin. In this case, here's your penny spinner, and I'm gonna run it again, or this is a thread spinner. And I'll roll it again. Now, again, you're gonna wanna have the card sitting that way. You can put your own phrases on it. See, like, you'll end up probably having this folded like this. And then when they pick it up, see, now you got it. I'll do it again one more time. Again, be very careful with that thread. If you want to tape it down, it's not going to really matter. It's still going to be very delicate. So if you let go, that's your thread spinner. So I'm going to let you guys to your own devices figure out what you want to do. And again, it was a happy beginning and happy mistake with different ways of doing it. And I hope you like it. So that is going to be it for today, and I will do segments on 5 since it was actually today. Bye, guys.